I've spent a lot of time pondering this subject throughout the course of my life. I'm sure everyone has had a time or period of their lives when they have been forced to face or stumbled upon the concept of mortality. That one day we're all going to disappear. It's an odd thing to think about, and you can probably imagine that it makes for quite the fear. It's the saddest part of most stories, the hardest thing for people to deal with, and an everlasting threat that inspires most people to get things done. What a concept. Now, I hope this isn't too concerning to anyone, but I cannot remember fearing death. Even as a kid, I feel like I never had much of a reaction to the idea. I'm probably wrong, but I certainly don't remember reacting to the concept of mortality at all. If anything, it's fascinating. The one thing nobody can tell you about. The one thing that cannot be explained away or reasoned with, let alone avoided. The real final frontier. Who wouldn't be at least a little curious about what things are really like on the other side? And please, don't get me wrong. If a car flew at me from across the street, I would move. But I'd always have that inkling of wonder. I can certainly say I'm afraid of pain, or something like permanent dismemberment or disability. Those terrify me absolutely. Were I born with a condition like blindness or paraplegia, I would definitely be okay with it. But by being as lucky as I am to have an able body, the idea of losing something I find so valuable almost seems worse than losing my own life. What an odd value system. Fear is, for the most part, a survival instinct designed to keep us alive, yet there are things we would fear more than death itself. How interesting. I think the reason that death is such a scary thing for people to comprehend is because it is so present. It is everywhere. It is anytime, and it can take the people you least expect and ignore those who may be long overdue for a visit. That's most likely what inspires so many people to get a move on and do what they want. When you see someone in an awful hurry, you can guess that they're pressed for time, but you might not have thought that the only reason we might be pressed in such a way is because we've all got an expiry date. I am not sure when mine is, or if I will ever know it, but I know that flowers are surely lovely because they wilt. Sunsets are beautiful in how they fade, and people are immortal in how they return to the dust and ash they once belonged to. The only issue I have with death is that, should I die sometime before this is corrected, I would want to give back to the world somehow. In modern cemeteries, people are stowed in sealed wooden boxes as a means of preserving the body and keeping the remains from tainting pipes or water systems. This is, in my opinion, an act of disrespect and ignorance to the very planet we belong to. It is okay for any predator to hunt prey, and it is only natural, but it comes with the understanding that someday the predator will stop breathing, lay down, and die, so that its body and nutrients may return to the ecosystem in which it belongs. Humans are halting the cycle, and it comes at a cost. There are other solutions, I believe, and the world would be a better place with all of the energy we have hidden at its disposal. I hope that, wherever I go, I may contribute to where I have come from. That is all I wish. As for death itself, I face it with open arms. I smile, old friend, at the idea of growing beyond what we can witness here. And should the Reaper knock swifter than most, I can only hope the people I've grown to know and appreciate have a lovely time living until we can meet again. When I die, know that I will die happy.